one more time, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet here from the HCW studios. Once every so often here, we're going to do a couple episodes here. It's been decided here. Go about 4 or 5 episodes, then we're going to recap what's been happening in HCW for those past 4 episodes and what's been happening here on the Dirt Sheet as we continue. So, welcome to the Dirt Sheet again, recap show. So we've had an eventful 4 episodes so far. We've touched from the opening show to prior to that to Kate's suspension, the Kate Chronicles we called it. We had Sonny Sabatini, Harley's son, on the show. We've had White Ice, who's scheduled to appear next episode as well. So as we move along here, lots to recap, lots to look forward to. So we'll recap a little bit what's happened so far, and we've got some exciting new changes coming up here in the future, particularly with the Dirt Sheet and possibly a live cast. We'll be talking about that too. So all right, let's delve into it. Episode 1, we are looking at here the opening show. Right off the bat, Harley, locked out of his own building, has his legal issues. We had his legal counsel contact us that there's no, what can you say here, foundation for these legal proceedings against his client, Saunders. So that's all that was said in that. Moving on here, we had Cobra injured. Yeah, we've had Cobra injured right off the smack and bat. And Lacey, Harley's fiance, rushed to hospital from we don't know what. She's laying on the floor, possibly got attacked, hit in the head. Nobody quite knows what happened there. Security camera only caught her laying on the floor, which is kind of mysterious. So there you go. Talking about the opening show here, wow. Crazy. Uncle Filthy's Funhouse horror. That was first of its kind here, and chainsaws, hanging heads, arms, tasers. It was unique match, first one of its kind ever in sports entertainment history. Yes, and that was between Uncle Filthy and the ever iconic, Crypt Keeper, who we're going to see probably more of as things move along here in HCW. The next match here along that card, which was pretty good, we saw the trash can match, Hollywood Ghetto Dumpster match, Mexican Assassin against Dumpster Duggan. It was back forth, and Duggan took his grade A hams, smoked the old assassin, and threw him in the dumpster. We had Kate versus Baby in the Loser Leaves the Dojo match. Kate the Empire. This is before, last match that we have of her on tape before she got this unceremoniously let go from HCW and California Wrestling. She defeats Baby and sends Baby packing from the promotion. Will we see Baby again? We don't know. As for Kate, well, we'll touch on that later. Then we had that big epic match here in the cemetery between the Psycho Maniac and Cobra for the HCW World's Heavyweight title, where, Cobra took a waxing, but, he ended up pulling it out, gets to where he had to walk out of the cemetery, and then he gets blindsided and gets smoked in the face by a rock from an unnamed assailant at the time. And wow, we got ourselves a new HCW World Heavyweight Champion. Surprises galore. What more can we say here? It was up, down, Parker has his own, not Parker, but sorry, Saunders. His cousin's Colonel Rob Parker, by the way. Saunders has his own problems. He also announced, wow, iconically, that he's running for the mayor of Hollywood. That in turn is crazy now. So he kicked off his campaign by announcing it as well during that episode. Again, wow. As time moves along, we'll see how that comes up. A lot of questions about the programming of the show. Grizzly Smith was, yeah, what was he thinking? Does Sonny have anything to do with it? Yes, Sonny's being called into play here. I don't know what's happening with that. So pretty much episode number 1 here. Wow, crazy. What a kickoff program for HCW. So yeah, let's just leave it like that and go to this break, and we right back after this message from the HCW Shop Zone. Alright, that was a word from our sponsor, the HCW Shop Zone. We also got a new promo coming out here for the HCW here. Nothing's going to stop us now. We're probably going to, if you haven't seen it on our website, get on the website here or on YouTube there and, hey, take a look at it. It's pretty cool. And we also got some White Ice promos. We'll be talking about White Ice a little bit later here. So, yeah, like you said, number 1, wow, crazy. Ended up a lot of unanswered questions, where we're going, who's a champ, you know, what happened to Lacey, and yeah, just crazy. Yeah, episode number 2 here. Yeah, right off the bat, there's Harley and their counsel Dan here. Like, wow, that's, again, doesn't seem like Dan's really up to things that he should be up to, you know, for legal counsel for Harley. He should be, wow, on top of these things, but he looks a little lackluster and surprised. Yet he should be on top of it, like Harley tells him here, Prono, you know, like, move it, man. You're a lawyer. Not only are these matches signed, but, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's, make them legal, like, and just looks like he just gave the ball to Grizzly Smith and said, hey, go for it. And, yeah, Cobra got messed over and lost the old title in a really unceremonious fashion. Now, talking about this character here, it was announced, actually, he made his presence known. The Black Scorpion made his presence felt here in episode 2. Apologize for that, folks. He came and pretty much told Harley what he wanted. He wanted Cobra in a 3 stages of death. That's right, 3 stages of death challenge match, which is pretty wacko and psycho after he pretty much caved in the Cobra's face and cracked open his melon, plates, screws, the whole 9 yards. So it's kind of preposterous to challenge somebody he's totally messed over to like a death match. Yeah, so this guy, I'm telling you, man, he's got a set on him or he's just totally wacko. So yeah, this dude's like ranting and raving, hey, I'm gonna make, if I don't get my demands, I'm gonna make you pay. I'll show everybody the power I got. Like, what a whack job, or whatever this Black Scorpion is. He's got some pertinent issues here, my friends. So he laid out the challenge. I don't know if Harley really took him seriously here, folks, because, yeah, he called him a wacko, and or he's got a set of balls, but said he wouldn't sanction the damn crap. He'd sign it, but he ain't gonna sanction it. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It'll go in the direction it's going in. So, hey, yeah. Something to follow here as the episodes unfold. Again, also, musical chairs of madness there, mayhem, not madness, wow. We saw, wow, White Ice lose. That's right, you heard it here. Lose his 24/7 title in that match where him and 3 other competitors were doing musical chairs and more like a hardcore version of it, and he lost his title to the lucky little bastard Kenny. So he did appear on the show. He was a little disgruntled. He's coming back here next episode to address some other issues he's been accused of. So yes, it seems like he's going to be a regular guest on this show. So he's always cool to have on the show, is Mr. White Ice, who, by the way, again, I'll mention, has some promo videos coming up. So that was a big chance. Also, Saunders launched the Jobber King of the Ring. Yes, the Jobber King of the Ring launched and is underway here in HCW. The best of the best and the worst of the worst. Mostly the best of the worst. Sorry, folks. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, the Jobber King of the Ring tournament has started. 8 competitors, 2 will be left, and they will be crowned at It's a Wild Party. That's when the championship for this tournament will be crowned, at It's a Wild Party, which is coming up in the near future. The next really, really big event for HCW. Again, also we addressed the issues of why these matches could not be aired outside the local Channel 9 Los Angeles area, just because of the fact that there was some sort of legal issue. Yeah, legal issue with KTLA that Dan overlooked, that he thought he was getting us a great TV deal, and he did. He got us TV, don't get us wrong, but it could be showed on KTLA and nothing outside. So if we want to do extra programming like we're doing now, it cannot be shown. So you have to tune into, not KTLA, but Channel 9 LA. I apologize, KTLA. We're not on your channel, but we're on Channel 9 LA. And yeah, let's take a look at that, folks. It's their lawyer was better than ours. Ours, I don't know. Again, napping, not knowing what he's doing. So yeah, kind of goofed up that way. Lacey disappears too, and yeah, security footage has her in the bathroom, in the locker room, doing heaven knows what. And you know, it's a great concern to Harley, because Harley, you know, he's freaked out because look, opening night, she's found on the floor unconscious. They have to rush her to Mercy Hospital, where she had to be kept overnight. You know, migraine headache, a little bit of a neck injury, you know, stiff back a little bit, and then she's nowhere to be found here when Harley's making his campaign speech and doing his interview here. Did his interview here in episode number 2, and yeah, nowhere to be found. But security footage picks her up coming out of the washroom, big smile on her face, fixing her hair, like she's been. Yeah, it's pretty questionable here. So I don't know. Another person to keep an eye on here in HCW is Harley's. How do you say, his assistant? Yeah, Tiffany. Tiffany's kind of shady. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, shady, underhanded. I don't know, but it seems like she's against Harley. But again, he has Harley's back. So I don't know in what direction you want to take that in, folks. So yeah, it's pretty goofed up. You might as well say a little bit. So. But yeah, we're looking in that direction. So keep an eye out for Tiffany, as well as the weeks and months here at HCW to come. Again, Sonny comes into play. Again, questionable. Episode 1, he said, look, Dad's gone wacky, cuckoo, you know, campaign. sniffing his own product. Again, is Harley into something that we shouldn't, he shouldn't be, or what? There's no proof or anything to Sonny's allegations, and then there's Sonny dumping the equipment in the ocean. Yeah, it's pretty, wow, goofed up here. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you folks. Sonny's got his issues with his father, so where's that conflict going to take us? That's another thing to watch out here in HCW, is Sonny and his issues. Yeah, a lot of tension, a lot of conflict. Will they mesh? Will they? Yeah, well, that's another issue in itself. So that's what we have to watch. Again, Dan, let's bring up Dan again. Where's Dan going here? That's another thing here in this spoiler recap, whatever. Dan seems like he's pretty solid, but it kind of seems like he's got his head in the clouds a little bit, not really attentive to his job, like he's got an agenda of some sort. So we have to watch out for Dan and the direction he's going in as well. And again, we're going to go touch back on Lacey again too. Lacey, on the other hand, here, I don't know, she seems adorable, she seems lovable, but she's, kind of looks scheming, and I don't know, pretty upset that she missed the press conference. But you know what, on the other hand, what she was doing, yeah, pretty questionable here. So again, I don't know where it's all going here. So yeah. Another character we need to be watching here in HCW is Maddie. Hey, Maddie. Shout out to Maddie here, Cobra's daughter, a little adorable gal here. Best wishes to you and the rest of your family here on your dad's speedy recovery. Let's touch back on Cobra again. Yeah, Kobe, again, he got his face bashed in episode 1. A lot of reports about his injuries, best wishes, but were sent. Madison, who made an appearance, his daughter made an appearance. Our legal counsel, Dan, actually did something right, got put out the report, of his injuries and whatnot. So that kind of went well. At least he did something right for a change. Can't do much. So yeah, and also the conflict between Dan and Sonny, that's kind of, Sonny sticks up for his dad with Dan, calls Dan down. Yeah, there's conflict with Dan and Sonny. Yeah, so there's conflict between Sonny and Dan we need to be watching, as, yeah, we don't know where Dan's head is. We know Sonny's up to some, but these two butt heads and clash, and yeah, Harley has to really tone these two guys down here. So yeah, there's a lot of questions in the aftermath. So some of them got answered, like where the title is, what happened to Lacey. We do find out what happened to her, but not by whom. Possibly by Black Scorpion, possibly by one of Harley's enemies. We don't quite exactly know. Okay? So yeah, about that. So lots of things answered, but yet still questionable here in the second part. So yeah, it really gets into it here. Also looking ahead as well to the future episode here too. Here, Agent Savvy here, the woman here who identifies herself here as Agent Savvy here in part 2, introduces herself. She was the gal who handed Harley some sort of legal documentation. She makes an appearance and introduces herself as she was snooping around the old office there. So what does this mean? Like, what direction is this? What do they know What did she know that we didn't to be snooping around here? Then, of course, Harley that's takes out his little bag of, party favors and almost gives Dan the heart attack. And again, that's when Dan and old Sonny there butt heads, and Harley smooths it over with some cash, make him feel good. But you know what? That's the way she goes. And yeah, so that pretty much recaps the second episode here going into it. So in the next segment, we're going to recap part 3 and some of the future things that possibly could be coming up. And we're looking into bringing you the fans of HCW. So right on the other side of this break. All right, we'll see you then. Hola, and welcome back to the HCW Dirt Sheet, starring me here, El Gato, the Ghetto Cat. Well, we had lots to talk about so far. So, we're looking at episode number 3, quarterfinals of the Jobber King of the Ring. Best of the worst, as they call it. That's pretty funny. But anyway, so that tournament's gone. Top caliber talent. Looks like Duggan advanced, Buccaneer Bill, Convict moved on. Some couple interesting characters there, names to be reckoned with in the future as we go along here in HC Dub. Another particular event we're kind of interested. Well, you might as well say we are definitely most interested in, because where it leads is Harley's car blowing up in flames here at the beginning of episode 3. What does that lead us? What's that the message to? Again, let's talk about the protests, the rally. They're protesting Harley and his platform and what he stands for. And that's particularly due to his possible connections to the underworld, and of course his buddy White Ice slapping around midgets. So we got protests, blowing up cars, quarterfinals of Jobber King of the Ring. Wow. Again, and we got the Lacey thing happening here, but another particularly big thing happening is the law. FBI agent Savvy. Let's talk about Agent Savvy here. She, let's take a look at it. Confronts Harley and the boys here, and she meets with a couple other folks there, and that are close to Harley, and then she confronts Harley and Dan and Sonny, and well, anyway, she meets her demise and gets smacked over the head with a shovel. And is that the last we see of old Agent Savvy, or what's the deal with her? So again, we see moving forward yet more questions to be answered. So wow. That's something we need to be keeping an eye on. All right. Excuse me, folks. But yeah, so character-wise, Savvy and the regulars, they're settling into their own. The wrestling's going off the wall again. We can't see the matches, but we're being updated with the winners. It's getting pretty interesting. Again, this episode here, it's being questioned what Grizzly Smith has been up to, and his whereabouts, and what he's doing with the funding. And he was once a renowned wrestler and revered by many, so it's kind of, I don't know, hard to believe that he'd be up to something here, old Grizzly. But you never know. Time changes everybody. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for episode number 3. We got some changes happening here in the HCW. You know, we've had some episodes here now, and we're going to be doing that. You know, fly through some episodes and video and the dirt sheet, and then we're going to do a recap show like we're doing right now. Recap stuff. But moving on ahead here, we're talking about next season. That's right, next season. We're coming back for another season here, and we'll keep on doing these podcasts like we're doing now. But next year, next season, I apologize, what we're thinking about doing with this is moving the dirt sheet. That's right, the dirt sheet to a video podcast. Setting up in our studios and making it a live I don't know if it'll be live, but taping the podcast or live. Well, I don't know. We'll be seeing, but we're going to add a video element to the Dirt Sheet podcast, which is getting pretty interesting. So, little bit we're looking for is I might be getting guest hosts, or just one host. I'm not quite sure yet. Or we might alternate hosts. I don't know. White Ice is supposed to say, hey, he's supposed to be hosting. We might be getting a gal here in. I am not sure what's going on here. So, don't know. Can't really say. But to give you this big update, a huge chunk of news. It's very exciting, and makes it more interactive. You can see who we are, and and get right into the action here at the HCW. So we got a few surprises for that, and the way we're gonna lay out the format for that podcast. So keep staying tuned here for the podcast here. We'll be giving further details on our well, when it comes to close to that time, more details. Another big show starring me, whatever, starring me, but featuring me, maybe with guest hosts or whatever. It's going to be called HCW Tuesday Night Wrestling Smackdown, okay? So every Tuesday night, either myself or a guest host, we're going to be going down all the going on HCW wrestling, as well as, you betcha, some WWE, maybe some AEW, Japan, Mexico, maybe some indie stuff. Well, we're just going to banter about grappling, okay? Live feed, I heard it's going to be first here to tell you, live feed, okay? So, we'll run it live here on YouTube and feature it on Rumble, possibly our Facebook, so for a few episodes here, so we can just pump it out to as many people as we can, and then primarily focus after that on our main YouTube channel. But till we get it going here, we're going to offer it on a few different variety of social media, so everybody has access to this program called Tuesday Night Wrestling Smackdown HCW style. So again, we've been advertising our merchandise here again in our shop zone. Take a look at it. Everybody's getting some sort of merchandise. So again, we're pretty excited about that. The direction we're going in is wow here. I know we're pretty rough with these podcasts, but as time goes on here, we're going to iron out the technical difficulties with our soundboard and everything else, and hopefully get the air conditioning fixed, so we're not coughing so much and it's not so hot in this studio. But it's going to be one heck of a ride, as Harley said. So we're really looking forward to bringing you more programming, more dirt sheet, more everything here from HCW. So again, we'll be recapping stuff. We're enjoying this. It's great. Thank you for all the fans that have supported the dirt sheet and our episodes, our Facebook, our YouTube, our Rumble, and everything else. We totally thank you. We're totally appreciative, and we can't do it without you fans supporting us. So again, from me and the rest of the HCW crew, wow, thank you. We applaud you, the fans, our hard work. We know is being appreciated. So once again, thank you. And next week, our special guest will be the one and only 24/7 champion. That is right. White Ice is back, and he'll be dealing with the allegations that the Small People Coalition of America has accused him of being anti-small people and talking about those protesting people and everything else. So it's going to be exciting to have him back. You know, as he says, you can silence the great one. So yeah, it'd be great to have the great one back on our show. Never at a loss for words, that guy. And hopefully we have no small people around. And check out, before we go, check out the White Ice promo videos, back to school, and the White Ice, the White Ice promo, and our HCW promo as well. If you haven't seen it here on our little podcast, go to our YouTube channel to see it. All right, so without further ado, I'm saying farewell and goodbye till the next episode of The Dirt Sheet. This has been the Ghetto Cat El Gato. Have a good one. Rawr.